Today we're back with WWE action figure news for you, man, and it's pretty interesting stuff. We have a leaked lineup of WWE Ultimate Edition figures that we're going to be getting into today. Of course, this news does come to us from my man Mitchell Craig over there, of course, as always, right? And not that he, we talked about this last time, but he doesn't bat a perfect percentage anymore. He bats a pretty high percentage, but the last time we discussed him, he did, in the initial video, he did make a mistake on the Greatest Hits Ultimate Edition, and then on the following day, not even 24 hours later, there was an adjustment made to that, but I do feel pretty good about this. We're going to get into it. We're discussing WWE Ultimate Edition Series 32, and if you were unaware, WWE Ultimate Edition Series 30 featuring Rhea Ripley, Seth Rollins, and Hulk Hogan is shipping out right now. If you pre-ordered that wave, it's already out the door from Ringside Collectibles, so it should be in hand very soon, and we do know that WWE Ultimate Edition Series 31 is going to be John Cena, from his heel turn, one that I'm highly anticipating. We have Randy Orton, updated Randy Orton, more modern Randy Orton, and then Chelsea Green. That is Ultimate Edition Series 31. And then today, we are discussing WWE Ultimate Edition Series 32. So let's get into it, man. Let's start off with the first figure. There are 3 figures, and at the end, I'm going to give you kind of a little asterisk on there for a specific reason, which we'll get into in this video. So starting out with number 1, the first figure is going to be everyone's favorite, Stone Cold Steve Austin. You probably thought I was going to say Logan Paul or something, saying everyone's favorite there, but no, truly, everyone's favorite, or a lot of people's favorite, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, I could argue with you that 2025 and 2026 so far has been the year of Stone Cold, man. They have done so many Stone Cold Steve Austins, which is fine for me. He, next to John Cena, my favorite wrestler to ever do it. I love Stone Cold, think he's fantastic, and I love his figures. For a long time, they botched his formula. They've done a lot of things there. But let's dive into this figure and what it could possibly be. Now, we do know that last year we did get the best Ultimate Edition of the year, which was the Monday Night Wars Walmart exclusive Ultimate Edition Stone Cold. I think it is truly one of the best Ultimate Editions that they have ever done. And I have even mentioned this in videos before. I know that figure is so good, it's almost like an infinite money glitch. You could redo that Stone Cold over and over, and it's going to sell, because all you have to do is what? Change a vest, give him an extra shirt, change some different things around, and you could print money for days, because that figure is so damn good. And I know a lot of people will say, well, it's shelf warms. I don't think it really matters, man, because that means that Walmart has ordered plenty of them because they sell like hotcakes, and it is no secret how good that figure is. It is very damn good. So I'm imagining we will get the exact formula from that Stone Cold. Now, all we can really ask for out of a new Stone Cold Steve Austin Ultimate Edition would be some new head sculpts. Now, we do know that over the past year, we have gotten so many different elites that they're probably going to repeat some of those head sculpts that we've already seen repeated multiple times. I'm thinking the SummerSlam Elite figure with that new pissed off head sculpt that's kind of a slightly tweaked version of the Royal Rumble Elite. I'm thinking probably, unfortunately, that Screaming head sculpt that they've already given 3 different figures now. We saw it in the SummerSlam Elite line as an interchangeable head. We saw it in the WrestleMania 3-pack that hasn't hit yet. It's going to hit very, very soon at retail stores. I know a few people have it in hand, but that WrestleMania 13 box set with the Screaming head sculpt, again, they're going to use that. That includes both heads from that SummerSlam Elite in that same figure. It's the same Elite figure with a different vest. It's got cloth goods on it now. Then you have the Defining Moments ringside exclusive from WrestleMania 13 with the Blood and Stone t-shirt, which was smaller leg formula, still gave us the shoulders and arms. It's a better Elite, but it's kind of because they didn't upgrade the legs, so it's pretty much that same Elite from the box set from the SummerSlam Elite line, but again, slightly changed. And it has the bloody head sculpt, so I mean, that is a bonus. I'm just giving you all the different details that you need to know here. But I'm guessing both of those head sculpts would come with this new Ultimate Edition, unless they tool up brand new head sculpts, which I would be all on board for. Now, they could redo the same exact 3 head sculpts that we saw in his Monday Night Wars Ultimate, which aren't bad head sculpts. I'm not big on the cheesing one, where he's kind of smiling. It kind of looks goofy with the flat face there. But I do like the pissed off look and things like that. There are some good things about this Stone Cold Ultimate Edition, of course, in the head sculpt department. I don't hate the head sculpts. It's just, it would be cool to see some brand new ones. It's all going to be about the head shape and different things there. Now, an important thing to note as well is in that WrestleMania 13 box set, he did come with a cloth goods vest. Could this be a scenario where they give this Ultimate Edition a cloth goods vest? It absolutely could be the case. Maybe they go with a plastic vest or a rubber vest again. Maybe that happens as well. But I can kind of see the formula. They're probably going to give him pointer fingers, Mike Odin hands, probably chokeslamming hands, because he's probably going to come with cans, just like his other figure. It's just going to be about what vest is it, and I hope and pray to Jesus that they actually give this guy a cloth goods shirt. Just give me any of the cloth goods shirts so that you can put that on all your different Austins, for the love of God. If they include a championship, it would be really cool to see them do, it's probably going to be the Big Eagle, but it would be really cool to see the Smoking Skull included right here as well. Maybe they do that. It's just going to be all up in the air on on what gear, what attire, what era it is. Maybe they changed the knee brace color, because in the photo that Mitchell Craig used here, he was using the Bionic Redneck photo of the talent. Now, Bionic Redneck we have seen in Elite figure form from Ringside Collectibles. It was an old Ringside Collectibles exclusive figure back in the day, and it was a fantastic figure, very nostalgic for a lot of people. It came with the Bionic Redneck. Now, I will be highly shocked if they put Bionic Redneck on the vest in 2026. Now, it could happen. It could absolutely happen, and I would not be offended being from Alabama. However, I know how it is, man. You know that they, you know how Mattel is, man. You know how Mattel is. They're probably not going to put it on there if it is that gear, and if it is that gear, man, just skip over that gear. If you can't put Redneck on it, or you can't make it completely accurate, why even make it, make that ringside exclusive that much more special? Maybe you could redo it from the vault line down the set, upgrade the formula, give him the vest again. I don't know. There's a lot of different stuff you can unpack there, but you could give him the red knee braces with that vest. You could do, different vests. There's so many different vests they could do, but hopefully it will be a 2001 style Austin, because Stone Cold Steve Austin, again, like I said, 2001, man, oh my God, just give me any of those shirts. I don't care. Just so we can have the fix-up option. If you're going to do a vest Stone Cold, you got to have a cloth goods shirt or something. But that beefy formula, it will sell this figure. That's a damn good Ultimate Edition. And by God, the guy may be going for back-to-back Ultimate Editions of the year if this holds true and it comes out and it's a damn good figure. We'll have to see. But let's get into the second figure. I know I yapped a lot about that figure, but there was a lot to unpack there. And I may have even forgotten some stuff that I need to go back and add. But the second figure we're going to be discussing in Ultimate Edition Series 32 is going to be Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu getting another Ultimate here. Now, I think everyone is going to agree here. They don't give a damn what the attire is. It's all going to be about the formula, man. Going to be about the formula. Are they going to get the accurate formula? Much like Stone Cold Steve Austin for a long time, they've been giving this guy skinny shoulders, skinny arms. It's time to upgrade this guy. Give him bigger, beefier shoulders. Give him beefier arms. I really didn't mind the torso that they gave him, and I think they could upgrade his legs and everything. He just needs a completely proportionate formula overthrow. They gotta do something else, man. They gotta change this guy's formula up. He's a big dude, and they can make some really good ultimates. Now, his first ultimate, it did come with that SmackDown ring, which, of course, if you waited, man, bravo to you. Way to play the long game. Way to wait on that figure and, put your foot down and say, nah, I'm gonna wait on the next one, because now we have one coming not too far off the heels of that initial release with the SmackDown ring. But the thing about it is, again, is it going to be the right formula? Are we going to get some new head sculpts? Is it going to include a beanie? What gear are they going to do? I just think that giving him a bigger formula is the biggest thing here, man. I really do not give a damn about the gear that much. He does have some cool gears. We do know that we kind of got his debut look, with the shirt and everything like that. I guarantee he'll come with a shirt. Maybe he'll come with a beanie. It'll depend on what they try to execute here. I'd like to see some new head sculpts just for the love of the game. Probably going to come with a U.S. Championship. It could be his WrestleMania gear versus LA Knight. Now, for the record, I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't mind that gear. But again, I don't give a damn what the gear is. They could give him completely brown gear, honestly. I do not care if the gear's accurate. I just want a formula that does not look terrible, or a formula that actually represents the character. That's all I'm really caring about with this Jacob Fatu figure for Ultimate Edition Series 32. Now, both of these seem really realistic. There's nothing here that makes me think, oh, there's no way that that's not happening. Jacob Fatu in the main Ultimate Edition line makes a ton of sense. Stone Cold Steve Austin, another layup opportunity for you. So, yeah, man, I would absolutely agree that Jacob Fatu is probably the second figure in this Ultimate Edition set, and I look forward to, some of this news being released on the road to WrestleMania here. We're about 2.5 months away from WrestleMania, and as we get closer to WrestleMania, they're going to do a big reveal at Mania like they always do. We're going to go out there, cover it and everything, but Jacob Fatu is the second figure here in Ultimate Edition Series 32, and I think that this is a good pick. This is a good pick. All you can really hope for is new formula, and I mean, that's about it, man. Like, solid head sculpts is fine. Even if they repeated the head sculpts, I wouldn't be offended, but my God, we got to have better formula for Jacob Fatu, and since it's an Ultimate Edition, they should give him the Cody Rhodes boots and not the damn Elite clown feet, so that should be a good thing as well. I honestly, again, would like to see bigger legs and everything on this guy, but we're going to have to just wait and see, man. It's a wait and see thing. We're going to see if Jacob Fatu gets a new formula for this Ultimate. But the last figure in the set is between two figures, and we're going to get into it here, man. So let's start off with the first one, and I'll tell you why I think it's one of them over the other, and you can let me know what you think. So the next figure in the set is going to be Jake the Snake Roberts, man. Jake the Snake getting an Ultimate Edition figure here. Now, he is not a stranger to the Ultimate Edition line. We saw him back in Coliseum Collection Series 2, I think it was, with Rick Rude. Very solid Ultimate Edition. I thought that the Rick Rude was the better figure of the two, but this Jake figure that we got last time, a lot of people love these head sculpts. I was not a big fan fan of these head sculpts, if I remember correctly. Figure posed well. I felt that his arms were a little small for this figure. You know, that's kind of been the issue with these Ultimate Editions. They give everybody the same damn arms, so that's kind of something that annoys me about the figure, but not a bad Ultimate, you know. I think that this was a solid Jake the Snake, solid overall addition. I love the Coliseum Collection line. I thought this was a solid inclusion, but getting him here, it does seem a little weird. It does seem a little weird to plug him in here. Now, it's not that Jake is not a good pick. I think that you could put him in any line. You know, if you could fit him in, I think that he works, right? It's Jake the Snake. However, there is a Walmart listing of this, and on the Walmart listing, in the description, it says key item features, and it says WWE Becky Lynch, WWE Becky Lynch, WWE Becky Lynch. As you can see there, it's multiple times over on this listing of Ultimate Edition Jake the Snake Roberts. So, is this a mess up where we're not getting Jake the Snake, or maybe we are getting a Jake the Snake and he's going to be in a different line? Maybe it's Walmart exclusive or something like that. And then the, you know, the actual figure in Ultimate Edition Series 32 is Becky Lynch. That to me seems way more realistic that it's Becky Lynch instead of Jake the Snake, if you guys are seeing what I'm saying. Now, could I be wrong and it be neither of these? I guess so, but it would make a lot of sense that it would be Becky Lynch because, as you guys know, usually in these Ultimate Edition lines, they usually do main modern talent that are on TV all the time, and Becky Lynch is one of the biggest modern WWE superstars going right now, right? She is the, I mean, she's one of, you know, she's a legend. She's a legend, right? Becky Lynch. And her first Ultimate Edition was terrible. I think that her first Ultimate Edition was the worst Ultimate Edition they've ever made, and I think it would be a fun little debate to have with people. I thought that her head sculpts looked nothing like her. I thought that it had weird things going on with it. It posed around well, but it was just was a huge miss. I did not like that figure. I thought that it could have been exponentially better, and unfortunately that was not the case. So hopefully this will revive her first Ultimate Edition, and we'll get a really, really damn good Ultimate here. Maybe this will be the Women's Ultimate Edition of the year right here, potentially, especially with the new, you know, ball joint torso and things like that we saw with Tiffany Stratton. There's a lot to redeem about that figure. It should be really fun to see if they can redeem her figure here, but Becky Lynch seems a lot more plausible to me as a mainline Ultimate Edition figure. If you go back and look at the different sets that we've gotten up to this point, right? Just look at the adjective. The last two sets, Ultimate Edition Series 30, Rhea Ripley. Ultimate Edition Series 31, Chelsea Green. It would make a shit ton of sense. And then you go back to Ultimate Edition Series 28, Tiffany Stratton was in there. You know, every Ultimate Edition wave, it seems like they're trying to get a women's talent in there, and Becky Lynch just fits that mold, man. So I don't know what to tell you. I think that that would be the case. So if I had to book it, I would say that Ultimate Edition Series 32 is going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin, Jacob Fatu, and Becky Lynch, not Jake the Snake. But it could be Jake the Snake. Maybe it is Jake the Snake, and that would be cool with me too. Maybe we're getting an Ultimate Edition Becky somewhere else, or maybe we're just getting a Becky Lynch somewhere else. We haven't seen a Becky Lynch Elite or Ultimate in a very long time, so it would make a lot of sense. I think the last Elite Becky we got was Elite 112, and it was very weird. She had that rogue gear, and then she also had that weird flesh-colored looking gear that was the chase, and I saw that figure like 12 times at retail, passed every single time, because I thought that, you know, Becky Lynch is somebody they struggle with head sculpts. It's like the female Bret Hart. Cannot get the head sculpt right, man. But it does look like in the modern day they got Bret right, so we'll have to just see how that all unfolds, man. But that is the news that we wanted to cover, man. A huge shout out to Mitchell Craig for the news here. WWE Ultimate Edition Series 32. How will it unfold? How will it be? We're going to find out sooner rather than later, but of course, take this with a grain of salt. Anything's subject to change, but I feel pretty good about this listing, and if something changes, we will update you here on the channel, so make sure your notification bell is on. Leave a like on the video and let me know what you think, man. But before we get out of here, let's get into our random comment shout out. And our random comment shout out today is going to go to T40, I think, is that how you say it? If I botched that, I apologize. But he says, I think the last time the Legends line had an online exclusive was Legends Series 10, where both DDP and Brutus were online only. Eventually, both were re-released in the Greatest Hits line. This might be the one time I hope for a ringside exclusive, as this was the only figure out of this set that I really wanted. Hopefully, it comes back in stock at some point. And this is a really great point. Really, really great point right here. If you guys missed our video yesterday talking about the Rob Van Dam Legends figure, if you can't find that figure, you need to go watch that video. Go watch that video, man. We talk about this discussion and how Mattel kind of made a mistake with this figure. I don't know how it happened, but basically, he is correct. I do remember that happening, and they immediately put that DDP and that Brutus back out. And so I imagine that Rob Van Dam is going to get a re-release of some kind, whether that's the Greatest Hits, the Legends Greatest Hits, the From the Vault line. They're going to find a way to get that RVD back out there, man. So that's a very unfortunate situation, but that was a great comment. I wanted to shout that guy out. That's a terrific point, and he is absolutely 100% correct. So we'll have to see. And yeah, man, I only ordered one of those RVDs, so I know that a lot of collectors are wanting that figure. But if you guys missed that video from yesterday, to go check it out. But I'm getting the hell out, man. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know your thoughts on this news down below. I'll see you guys next time. Have a blessed one. I'll catch you guys later.